Amr ibn Abasa tells us in the first person, in the days of Jahiliyyah, I knew that idol worshipping was wrong. And I knew that my nation was upon misguidance, and I didn't do this. So, news came to me that somebody in Mecca was preaching something like I was saying, that idolatry is wrong. So I traveled all the way from Yemen to Mecca, and I found out who is this man. And I found him mukhtafi, that he was not public, he was hiding. He says, I was gentle, talataftu ma'ahu, I was nice to him, I kept on talking, and then I asked him, what are you? Ma anta. So the Prophet ﷺ said, Ana nabi, I am a prophet. So he said, what is a nabi? The Prophet ﷺ said, a prophet is someone whom Allah has sent. Arsalanillah. So nabi, arsal, we said. So he is a rasul, he is a nabi. I am somebody whom Allah has sent to mankind. So he asks, what has he sent you with? So the Prophet ﷺ said, to fulfill the ties of kinship, to be good to the family, and to break all idols, and that only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be worshipped. This is my message. Notice, no salah, no zakah, no hajj. It's just be good to one another and worship Allah alone. So Amr said, who has followed you? He said, one free man and one slave, Abu Bakr and Bilal. So Amr says, I want to be your follower. Now Amr is the first non-Makki person to come and say he wants to convert. In this early era, the Prophet ﷺ says, you cannot do this now. He rejects the conversion of Amr. Don't you see my situation? I have to hide from my own people. You're not able, you're not a Qurashi. You're going to be killed. You can't do this now. The early da'wah, he's only preaching to وَأَنذِرْ عَشِيرَتَكَ الْأَقْرَبِينَ. He's only preaching to his own kith and kin, his own people. So he says, you cannot do this now. Go back to your people. And when you hear that I have been victorious over my people, then come back to me. Amr says, I went back to Yemen waiting and knowing that eventually his da'wah would be supreme, because I knew that this is a prophet. And when I heard that the Prophet had immigrated to Medina, I went all the way back to Medina. And I entered the masjid of the Prophet and I said, Ya Rasulullah, hal araftani, do you recognize me? SubhanAllah, it's been at least 15 years since this initial incident has happened. And the Prophet looked at him and said, yes, you are the man who came to me from Yemen in Mecca. SubhanAllah. And so that's when he accepted Islam and he became one of the Muhajirun.